What is up, guys? Hear me out. In-gym intro, classic Boogie style from like fucking 3 years ago. Last time I did this shit. Hold up, let me clear up the bangs. It kind of makes sense to do an in-gym intro instead of in the car, because in the car is like the absolute worst lighting possible. Weight update, we're chilling. I'm still 200, so we're still balling. Actually, I got my average, and my average was like 201 point something, so I've peaked. Average-wise, I've peaked. The first half of this week, I was eating 5,100 calories, so it's hard to estimate. So I think the move is to keep it the exact same this week, kind of compare and see the results and see if I need to increase it. Because like, numbers don't lie, right? So if I'm dropping, your boy's gonna have to up it. It's that simple, which is fine. I'm okay with that. I'm fucking hungry. I traumatized my body, I swear to God. I'm not used to being hungry at 4K calories. I'm completely okay with it. Honestly, I quite enjoy being hungry. It's very nice when I'm hungry and I get to eat, compared to being hungry and not being able to eat. But I think the pre-gym bagel, not enough. I think I need way more than a pre-gym bagel with peanut butter and honey. We're gonna make it 2 bagels. Actually, that's not a bad idea. I could do that to up my calories mega, because I'm using 16 grams of peanut butter on each side, which is 1 serving total, because 32 grams is 1 serving, and that's 200 calories. Don't get me wrong, it's not like the greatest source of fat, but what do you want me to do? Put fucking olive oil on my bagel? No. I started off with bent over rows, but I was too busy yapping to get my fucking camera set, and I also did my seated bicep curls. But I noticed on the flat bench, it hits a little better than like having my back pinned up against like the actual seat, you know what I mean? Cause like, I don't know the vibe. Maybe it's just cause it was different, but who knows? Anyways. Your boy got his first match on Hinged.
You're a slut, you're a frigid, ugly slut, you're a slut.
Finally, fuck. Dude, I was starting to get hella insecure, but I finally got one. And the photo that she liked was right after my show when I calorie maxed and I gained 20 pounds, but I still had abs. So I was like hella full and my arm looked way bigger than what it actually is. I need women with muscle fetishes. That would be perfect. Objectify me, please. That's what I want. Girl at work described me as an F-boy. She was like, you're a total fuckboy. And I'm like, look at my fucking Tinder chat and tell me if you still think that. And I showed her my Tinder messages and it was dry as hell and there was literally 0. And I'm like, yeah, what do you think now? Who's the playboy? She was like, I bet you got hella girls in your roster. And I'm like, girl, I got none. I got 0. Your boy gets no game. Maybe I need to learn how to communicate in public. Maybe that would work, but I'm really bad at that. So, unless you know me. If you know me, I'm an open book. But if it's like a stranger, hell no. You know how people say 2 humans can never look alike or whatever the saying is? It's the same for like bodybuilding, right? So each person has like a unique build, which is always interesting to find out. You put a bunch of people up and they're all like the same amount of body fat, but they all look different because their weight distribution and like muscle insertion are all different. I think it's really cool. I think it's neat as hell. And I know there's some fat motherfucker out there with like perfect insertions and shit like that and like a secret 12 pack and they're just missing out. Nope. You know how some people's arms will just grow better? Like Shizzy, for example, his arms just blow up. There's some people who just have overly developed XYZ. I think if I were to like max out my stats, right? I think what's gonna grow the best are my lats, shoulders, and quads, specifically. So like, I think that gives the aesthetic vibe a lot better, but it doesn't give like a freaky looking, almost unnatural vibe. Typically people with like really big arms look hella unnatural because they just look freaky looking. Arms and chest, I would say, are like the unnatty big muscles. I got myself kind of excited about the double bagel idea. I think that shit is kind of phenomenal because I feel like I'm not eating enough before the gym. Because I used to eat nothing but like big meals, right? Now I'm eating a tiny meal. I could gradually increase my calories from 4,000 and I go like 4,300 and then 4,600. We're just kind of testing to see how much my body needs, right? And how much I expend. So since I'm consistently losing weight at 4,000, that means my maintenance is higher than 4,000, straight up. So if I keep dropping, I don't think I need a whole another week of experimenting to see whether 4,000 is enough. We're just gonna see, because today is Sunday, right? So we're gonna test Monday and like Tuesday, maybe max. Maybe Tuesday will be the last day. And if I keep dropping, then we're just gonna up it. That simple, until I gain. So if I up it to 43, and I'm still losing, up it more, you know? How and like with what calories? Honestly, I kind of want to add my protein cookie dough back, but my gut feels a lot better after reevaluating my calories. Like it's a lot less bloated, and I was probably bloated because I was using too much aspartame or my brown stevia, so like fake sugar, 0-calorie sugar. I should probably not use that, low key, but you know, I kind of fuck with it, so we might keep using it. How much weight do I do on the pull downs? 40. So I was talking to this guy, and he was absolutely geeking about VR chat. He was like trying to convince me that it's the best experience of all time. He basically just parties digitally. And I'm like, okay, that sounds lame as fuck, and I hate everybody, why would I want to do that? And then he dropped some shit like you can learn, there's Japanese group chats, like there's Japanese VR rooms to help you learn Japanese for free from what I assume is other Japanese speakers who are probably trying to learn English. How fucking insane is that? That's the #1 way to learn a language is immersion. That's what I hear all the time. I hear that shit everywhere, immersion. You need to immerse yourself. If you surround yourself by native Japanese speakers, you're probably gonna learn a lot faster. And if they're in specific chats to help you learn Japanese, they probably speak English, you know? So if I just constantly am in those all the time, I'm gonna learn the language a lot faster. Also, turns out that I can go do like a studying visa to Tokyo or Osaka or somewhere in Japan for like $3,000, and that's for like 3 months. That's a future plan. That would be sick as hell. Going to Osaka or Tokyo to learn Japanese on a student visa? How sick would that be? That'd be fucking phenomenal. Going off of my strong muscle groups, right? Like I think my quads are pretty good, and I also think my triceps are pretty good, right? Like I feel like I have really good triceps. But the thing is, when it comes to men's physique, you don't really show off either of those, right? So you got the front pose. Where are you seeing your triceps? You can kind of see it here, and you're not seeing it anywhere here. You're kind of focused on lat and delt. And then your back pose, right? Like you could kind of see the triceps, but not really. People are paying attention to your lats. What the hell? It's in my best interest to do like classic physique so that I could show off, you know, like I have this side tricep, and then it goes into like the quad flare, into like the core or something, into like a front double bicep. You know, the posing opportunity for classic is just exponentially better than men's physique. But my bitch ass is stuck in men's physique because I refuse to give up and switch classes now. Although I do kind of intend to do both eventually, because size isn't a factor anymore. You have to be big as shit for either of them. Like either one you do, you have to be big as shit. I always assumed that you kind of had to, like men's physique, you were allowed to be smaller. No. You just need legs in classic. That's the only difference, is you're hiding your legs. That's the only separation. Either way, you gotta be large as hell. Anyways, I think I've been at the gym for like 3 hours, legit. So I'm getting the fuck out of here. I've been yapping way too much to people.